The Heathlands Project is a day service for adults with learning disabilities and physical disabilities. An awful lot of record keeping and reporting was done literally by hand writing things out. But it wasn't a perfect system and wasn't readily accessible. And when you think that you have more than one member of staff that doesn't work every day of the week, getting that information around the entire staff team is a big job. Having a physical file with that information is quite limiting. So our policy here is to have everything online in a secure, cloud basically.
Access to the information is the key thing. The member of staff having access to the information quickly, efficiently and accurately again improves their ability to support an individual. So that's a big benefit of having an efficient communication exchange system, IT system, whatever you want to call it. We looked at a number of systems, but the Google Apps system seemed to be the one that did everything we wanted. You don't need very, very in-depth technical knowledge. So in terms of the actual swap over, it was a relatively easy process.
Having the systems in place and having it readily available from different sources, i.e. a computer in the office or on my tablet at home, it just makes the job that much easier because the information is there in your hand or accessible.
In the nature of this game, something can happen overnight, and maybe because people aren't all working together on the same place, that information can sort of maybe not be passed on. But as long as we've got it on that, I can just click on, as I say, check what's going on and think, right, okay, I'm aware of this now. As long as we've got access to any form of internet communication, we can access that securely. That has been an absolute godsend.
There is no risk of a piece of paper accidentally being left lying that someone else could read, or being lost, which is even worse. Because the systems are in place to digitally protect, i.e. someone can comment on a document but can't edit it, then that document can't go into the ether and be forgotten about.
We do skills training, and a lot of that is actually to do with data protection and confidentiality, because it's often people not knowing how to use a system that leads to a breach. A lot of the things we've done with setting this system up is actually made that very easy. If you're not allowed to look at it, you can't look at it. If you're not allowed to download it, you can't download it. So, we've made it as easy as possible for people not to do it wrong.
The way we imagine things happening over the next few years is more partnership, working with others, more sharing of resources. And to do these things, the exchange of information is key. So it seems to me that it's one of the things we all ought to be concentrating as we look to work in new, innovative ways and look to reduce our costs and be as efficient as we can.
You need to start looking at different ways of operating and different ways of doing things, because the more you share, the more, you're not out there in isolation. You can learn from others, and the ability to share directly from your drive to another will become very much a good thing.
I've been surprised, and my own views have turned around, and having been something of a laggard, I now advocate and encourage other people to use these systems. They're relatively easy to use, and once set up, they will save a great deal of time and effort.
If you've got the right staff team anyhow, they're the ones who'll go to them for advice. Go to them for advice and say, what would make your job easier? What could I take off your back, to allow you to do more of X, Y, or Z?
At the end of the day, what we all want to be doing is the job in front of us. We want to be interacting and working with the guys that we work with. So having a means to make that information accessible from anywhere at any time obviously significantly improves the quality of the work that we can do.